Yes.
Good, thank you. So we were discussing about create tables, right? Because this is the same session we have been working. Okay, let me open a new one. Okay. Select star from tab. So these are the tables which we created yesterday. Tab 2, tab 3, and we altered few columns. Let me ping at least once again. These guys must come, man. So create table command, as I discussed yesterday. Like we can specify column and their data types, right? Now we have different way of creating a table. We can create a table from the existing table. Let's say we have employee table and we have these many columns and rows also in it. If in case I would like to create a table similar as employee table, then I can do that. Create table, let's say demo emp, as now because I am going to create a table from the existing one, then I will use as, then select star from emp. So what will happen is everything from the emp table will be created along with the structure of the table and all the rows from it. Enter table created. So DESC demo emp, right? So you got this table and it has all columns and rows also. Select star from demo emp. So we have all rows and columns from the table emp. The only difference you will see we don't have is, let's say, the ESC emp and the ESC demo emp. So emp table has this thing, not null, which we'll discuss, I believe, in the next class, or maybe today. And it doesn't have this one. So these are nothing but constraints which we define on our table to restrict the columns or to restrict the entries. So that's the only difference. Suzy, you can see the screen, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's the only thing we discussed so far. That we can create a table from the existing table. So that's the query: create table demo emp as select star from emp. Yesterday we discussed how to create a table defining columns and their data types. But today,
Thanks.
yeah, so that's the other way around. Now we have a different way also. Let's say in this case we specify the whole table, right? So select star from emp. If I want my table to be created with some specific columns, so create table demo emp1 as select. Previously I mentioned star, so all the rows, all the columns was picked up. Now I'll specify create table demo emp1 as, so e name, let's say I want some specific columns, employee number, salary, and commission, right, from emp. So table created. Now if you'll see the describe demo emp1, we'll see table has been created with only 4 columns because we only selected 4 columns. So select star from demo emp1. So let's say we have a requirement that we want to give the access to someone else, but we don't want to give the access of all columns, right? So what we can do is we can create a table and give the access to someone else, having only those required columns which we are able to show to anyone, right? So this way we can sort out our problems. Like if you want to limit the columns, now if you want to limit the rows also, we can do that. So let's create a table. Create table demo emp2 as select star, select, okay, let's start star from emp where department number is equal to 10. Let's say someone is asking, I would like to see the detail of all uh, employees that belong to department number 10. So instead of giving them the whole table access of employee, just create one demo table for them so that they can have the access of their data. So that's how you can sort out. So let's say 10. So table created. So select star from demo emp2. So define editor is equal to vi edit. So only 3 rows is showing because I have specified the condition. If you specify 20, the table will be created with 20 rows. So you can create a table from the condition and it will be created like this, and you can give the access of this table to anyone else so they can check out their data, and then later on we can truncate it or we can drop it. How to truncate? Truncate table demo amp2. So basically what is truncate? When we want to remove all the rows from a table, then we should use truncate, right? It's very powerful command and we cannot roll back in case of truncate. That's you guys have to remember. If the command is executed, it's executed. There is no rollback. Okay. We can also remove all the rows using delete command, right? But delete is not as powerful as truncate, right? So if I want delete from demo amp2, 3 rows deleted. If I do commit, cool, my table is blank. But okay, so no row selected. It did the purpose. It truncated all the rows. It deleted all the rows. But if we are planning to remove all the rows from a table, we must always use truncate. Why? Because uh, delete consumes space. So basically what happens is when we store data in any table in Oracle, so what happens is it's getting stored somewhere. So, when we insert data, it scattered into different places, here and there and here and there, right? So when we use delete, it does not, it deletes the data, but it will not combine the space taken by this table, right? So that's the difference. In case of truncate, when we truncate table, it will truncate all the rows and it will combine all the space which has become free, right? In case of delete, data becomes not available, but the space taken by the table will not be combined. So there it is not that good in terms of performance. If you have a very big table, let's say millions of rows are there, then truncate will really solve the purpose. It will give Oracle the space taken by that table. In case of delete, the rows will be deleted, but if we talk about in terms of space taken by the table, that will not be reflected as such for all other tables available in that database. Yeah, delete we can use for specific rows also. But truncate, we can't do that. Truncate table only has one option, that truncate the whole table, right? So if you have specific columns, specific rows to be deleted, then you have to use delete. Whole table, then truncate. So, you can use both the features, but why to use delete when we have other options available, which is better than delete, right? So select star from tab. We have demo amp1, demo amp2, drop all these. We don't want that. It will unnecessarily create confusion. Drop table, demo amp2, purge. So I'm shift deleting, so it will not even go to recycle bin. Drop table, demo amp1, purge. So let's start from tab. The 2 tables got deleted. Right? Any questions? Are all set?
Please can you go over what you said again? I just came on.
What didn't you understand?
Yeah, you said the demo you drop. We're saying something when I will just log in and I'll be glad if you can just go over it again.
No, basically we created few tables and we dropped them, right? So we also discussed delete and truncate, how to delete all the rows from the table. So we have delete option and truncate option. So we must use truncate always because truncate is more powerful, right? Yesterday we were discussing about how to create tables, right? Today we discussed few more options, how to create tables from the existing tables. Yesterday we created fresh tables. Today we also created fresh tables, but from the existing one. So employee table is already available. So that's the query to create table as, because you are going to create table from the table we already have. So we can put the condition and we will have this table created with this conditions, right? So in this case, we are not specifying any column, any data types. Everything will be taken by, taken from basically from this table which we are specifying. This is the other way around to create tables, right? We can also specify columns if you want to take from the other table. So create table this as means you would like to have the same table format. So you are specifying columns that these columns must be there. So after you will check this command, describe demo emp1, you will see there are 4 columns, right? So that's the only thing we discussed. And after that we discussed how to delete and truncate the tables. And after that I dropped because I don't want to have the mess around. So that's why I dropped this table which we created using drop command. Purge command is specified if in case you want to move your tables to like permanently you want to remove them, specify purge. If you not specify purge, it will go to recycle bin. So that's the difference between these two. So drop table, this will also drop your table, but purge will permanently delete your table or drop your table. Okay, so let's say now we want to create a table. Create table demo m3, let's say, as now I want to create a table as similar as emp, but I don't want to have any rows in it. So I only want structure of the table emp, right? So create table demo emp3 as, so let's say there is a table, let's say this one, describe emp. Now you would like to mess around with this table, but you don't want to touch this table as such, right? So what do you want? You want to create the whole table as similar as emp. So there are two ways. Either you do this, create table demo m3, then bracket open, then emp number, then var number 4. Then you can specify all columns as similar as emp. That's the one way, right? It will take long time to create similar table as emp, right? What we can do is we can use a shortcut. create table demo emp3 as select star from emp, right? This will give you the structure of the table emp and all the rows in it. Now you don't want any rows from the table. You only want the structure of the table emp. And in this case, we would use a false, a wrong statement. Let's say where condition 1 is equal to 2. So what will happen is when we execute this query, it will give us no row selected because 1 is equal to 2 is not true. So only the structure of the table emp will be copied to demo emp3. Only structure, no rows, anything, nothing. The table created. Now select star from demo emp3, enter. So demo m3, no row selected. If you see the structure of the table, you see we got the structure of the table as similar as emp. So that's the benefit. So you can also create table demo emp4, let's say. Now emp number 4, ename varchar2 10, specify all columns, job varchar2 9, comma mgr. That's the longer way to create a table. We can do that. If we have enough time, we can do that. Let's say only with this 4 columns. Table created. Describe demo emp4. So we can also do that. The shortcut way around was select star from, create table demo emp4 as select number, emp number, ename, job, and mgr. That's it. And we will have all this. So create table demo emp5 as select. Now we'll create this table as fast as we have the other option. So employee number, emp job, mgr from emp where 1 is equal to 2. Okay, name is already specified for demo emp4. Edit. We'll use 5. We got this error because emp4 is already created. So emp5 execute table created. DESC demo emp4 or DESC demo emp5. So same table structure, but we used 2 different queries to create a table. So that's the difference between these two. Right, guys?
Yeah, so so the demo is only used to create tables, right?
No, we are creating a table with this name. This is not a specific special name. You can use any name. And we are creating a table based on some existing table we have. Yesterday, if you remember, we created tables like with column specification and column name. Today we are creating a table from the table we already have, which is employee. You can create table from any other table. I'm just giving you the examples of, right?
Okay, thank you. Yeah, very
The other way around, so we have described emp table. Now I don't want the same name as this emp number employee name. I can have different columns. Let's say create table, so demo emp 6. Now specify your own column name. So name, let's say e number, comma, salary, comma, manager, right? These four. Now as select e name, emp number, cell, mgr from emp. So this is the table we are going to create with these columns, and we are copying the data from employee table which has these name. So the e name will be copied to name, emp number will be copied to e number, salary will be copied to salary, mgr will be created to mgr. So in this case we use full name, right? The table created, describe demo emp 6. So you see we got this table created with the name we specified. Previously also we are doing the same thing, but we were not specifying our own column definition. In this case, we specified our own column specification. Everything is taken from the emp table. So select star from demo emp 6. So you got all these rows and all from the table emp to this table. Got it? Okay, so select star from tab. So we created demo emp 3, 4, 5, 6. We can drop them. Right, there is a table available in Oracle that can tell us the tables we have. So the table name is describe users underscore tables. These are the tables, a special one, right? You can't see this table in your select star from tab table. But these are the tables that is given by Oracle that stores information about your tables and all. So you not see that, you just have to remember these tables. So user underscore tables will have the information about your table. So we have columns, table name and table space name. Now if you see how many columns we have in this table, right? So this is not a small table. This is a big table, and you will find out in your actual environment that we have tables bigger than this. We have a lot of columns, and right. So we will only use 2 columns from this table, or we can use table name and status from this table so that we can find out. So user underscore tables will tell you the information about your table, like the table which you own, you created. So select table name, comma status from user underscore tables, right? So we got this information. So we can use select start from tab, and we can also use select table name underscore status from user underscore tables. So we got this information, right? And we are getting to see that all our tables are valid. We can also have invalid tables, right? When that will be created during the program, that during the if you are creating programs from the external application. So what will happen is table will be created with some errors. So it will show you invalid status. So you can fix it, right? My main motto as of now to still that we have a different dictionary table, data dictionary, as we call it in our Oracle database. This table belongs to dictionary tables, right? We have a lot of tables which keep the information about our database, right? Basically, that is a part of your DBA thing. So that's why we are not discussing that. But once we have our DBA thing started, we'll deal all those tables which has information about these tables. That's why being a DBA, you guys are responsible for your database. So you can see whoever is doing what in your database, right? You can specify all the users, all everything that what they created yesterday or maybe today. So it will be specified in this table. So that's how we can deal with it. Now we have a different table also. That is also a dictionary table. 1 second. We have a different table. Describe user underscore tab underscore comments. Right. So user underscore tables we already discussed. Now we have user underscore tab underscore comments. So this comment has 400 characters. Let me first of all change this. Call comments format by 50 characters. So if I use this table, let's start from user tab comments. We'll get to see that we have these tables with table type and comments. So there is no comment as of now. So what do we mean by comments? Comments are nothing but, let's say you are going to create this table today and you know that you created this table based on some condition. Today you remember this, but maybe after 6 months or 1 year, or maybe the next junior DBA or next DBA who is going to join will look at this comment table, will not understand why did you create a table, right? So to solve that purpose, we can specify comments for the table so that we can remember after 6 months or 1 year that this table was created because of this purpose, right? You can specify your purpose here in comments, that this table is for this purpose, this table is for this purpose, right? So we can specify. So let's say create, not create, basically comment on table demo emp6. Okay, so I am commenting on demo emp6 is I can specify this table was created from emp table, something like that, right? Semicolon, enter. So comment created. Now check this query again, enter. So you'll see the comment has been specified for this table. So if later on we'll see this comment table, we'll find out, okay, this table was created from emp table, right? Something like that. So you can put your comments on every table wherever you want. So that will help you later on once you'll check this. So Oracle has given this feature. If you want to use this, you can use that one to have comments. So user tab comments, where we put comments on our tables. Now we have a different dictionary table. Describe user underscore call underscore comments. This is basically for comments on your column. So we might have comments on tables. Table has columns, so we can also specify comments on columns. So employee table has 10 columns, let's say, right? So you don't know which column does what, right? So you can specify the comments on your column also. Along with your table, you can also specify comments on your columns also. Right? First of all, check. Select start from use underscore call underscore comments. You'll see you're getting your tables, column name and all that. Employee table. So employee table has hire rate. Employee table has salary. This. So all the rows from all the tables are getting displayed. So I only want to specify, let's say, employee table. So let's start from user call comments, where table name is equal to emp, right? So I specify the condition. So employee table has these columns. So as of now, there is no comment, right? So we can also specify comments for the column also. Right? Normally we don't do that because it's a very long process. But yes, we have this option to have comments on column also. Okay. Any questions? All well. So let's say let me try to add a comment on this column. So comment on column. So I need to specify which table and which column. So dot employee number. Now is, so I can, this is to store employee numbers for employee. Next, a comment created. So let's start from this. Enter. So now this column has this comment, right? If I want to remove this, I can use comment on column. There's this, right? Single quotation with space, enter. So it will be removed, right? So that's how we can deal with comments. Right.
So what you just did was how maybe if you made a comment and you just want to remove, what you did was how it's done for all comments to be removed, right?
Yes, we can specify every column and we can use blank string. So it will remove the comments from the column.
Okay.
So it's a feature.
Thanks.
It's a feature given by Oracle. If you want to put in a comment.
Come again?
I'm saying it's a feature from Oracle that if you want to put a comment on your tables column, then you can do that.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Okay. So all set. Okay. Now we have one column which is normally hidden from each table we have in our database. That table name is, that column name is row number. So we have select star from amp. So the amp number by default will not be visible. So to see that, we have to specify that column, row number. So row number is used by Oracle to search entries in a table. So it basically helps indexes to search in a table because it provides the faster way when we put some condition. So it has a pointer on each row in a table. So when we have some queries where select star from table name where condition x is equal to y, something like that. If we have some condition, so row number supports our the fasting process. So it will Oracle will use row number to search for that particular value, right? So normally this row number is used by indexes, right? Like the way we have indexes in our book. So row number will help Oracle to fasten this process. So we'll see if how this row number is defined for each column. So for that we'll specify select row number, comma, all the rows from a table from amp. So you see we have this row number 1 to 14 because we have 14 rows. So this number is a hidden column in each table we have in our Oracle database, right? Now let's say if I want to specify some specific rows from this table, so select star from amp where row number is less than equal to 5. So once you specify this, it might create a confusion that we don't even have this column, but we are able to fetch this. But actually we have this column hidden. Normally with where condition, we specify the column name, right? The column name which we have in our table. But as you specify row number, right, it will work. But we don't know that it has hidden values in our tables. So that's why we are able to use this, right? Now let's say now select star from amp. So we are getting random values here, right? Now let me use the descending way. Select star from amp, order by salary. So by default, we get the ascending way. Let me use descending way. Let's select a star from amp, order by salary. So by using order by salary, we get the formatted way, not a random way. So we are getting in an actual format, like starting from the least salary and going forward with the highest salary. So order by salary, descending. What will happen is maximum salary will be come up on top. So like this, reverse order of that. Now let's say if I want maximum salary who's getting from this table, then I can use this, where row number is equal to 1. Order by salary described. So we can get this way, but we are getting the least salary here. We can specify our columns and get this thing done. Right. So that's the table. Right. Now we'll deal with subqueries. Subqueries means query within query. I don't remember if we have discussed that already. In this class, I don't know. So, no worries. So select star from amp we have been doing so far, right? Now let's say select star from. Now I would like to assign a table for this whole query. So I'll put that in bracket, right? So select star from this, enter, it will work. So the output from this table will be displayed along with select star. Select star from this. Now let's say if I would like to specify If I would like to give a name to this query, I can do that using alias XYZ. So it will work. So let's start from this and XYZ. So basically, this information is stored virtually in this table. So this data is saving in this table, and after that we are using select star from XYZ, and we are getting all the rows from this query. Right? So we can also use select star from like this. From, we can use again bracket select star from emp. So XYZ and PQRS, let's say. So what happened? This table has name XYZ, then this table has select star from XYZ, then I also gave this name to PQRS. So actually what the query is, select star from PQRS, right? So query within query within query. So that's how we are dealing with this. Right, so let's say select cell from, now select cell into 20 from M. Now it will not work. Why? Because we are specifying salary here, and inside we have this column, so it's not matching. So what we can do is we will give an alias to this subquery, and from emp, now you'll see it will work. So this name and this name must match, right? So now the salary got multiplied by 20. So we can use query within query, right? The other way around, to get this output, we can have like select cell into 20 from M. So you get the same output. Only thing is, here we use different way, and here we have used the straight way. So same output you can get from different queries. That's the thing, and that's why we have different programmers. They write different queries to get same data, and that's how, when we have issues with our query, we hire experts to tune our query. That is called performance tuning, right? Because we don't have a single way to fetch the data. It's how do you think about it. It's all about how do you think about it to fetch the data from the table. So that's the difference. So you can see same data is getting displayed, but I use two different queries. Right, guys, so let's start from tab. We have a lot of tables. Let me drop that one. Drop table ampersand t number, purge. It will keep on asking. Demo 3, enter. Execute the same query again. Demo M4, enter. Execute the same query again. Demo M5. So instead of typing the drop table again and again, I use this ampersand d number, so it will keep on asking. and it will create a query for me automatically. So it's happening like this. Enter demo 6. Select star from tab. That is called as smart work. You can write your whole query. It's up to you. But you know there is a way to fasten your work, then you guys should use it. Right, guys? Any questions? So that's how we dealt with create table. So select star from tab. Okay. Now create. Let me draw a few more tables. Drop table %d number purge. Kwesi, are you using these tables T2, T3, T4, or should I remove it? You are not finding your settings. Tell me.
Remove it, please. Remove it.
Okay. G7, G6. You can create as many as you want, so that's not a problem. G5, G4, G3, G2, G1. So we have dropped mostly all the tables. We don't have a lot of tables here. Let me drop this tab 1, tab 2, tab 3. So let's start from tab. Okay. So we have these tables. Now let me create table now. Create table T1, right, which we discussed yesterday. That how can we specify column name along with data types. C2 varchar2 with 10 character values. Right. So describe T1. We have these two columns along with their data types. Now let me insert some values.
Just come ask a question, please. Yeah, the dropout is a way to get rid of a query created or what? To eliminate a query created or what?
I didn't get you.
The dropout. Yeah, I'm asking the dropouts, the query that you show us regarding the dropout is a way to eliminate a created query or what? Just to get rid of a query that you've created. I want to know the dropout table that you just shown us.
Yeah, so this is the query to drop tables. So what do you want to know? I'm not getting.
Oh, yeah, I get it. So if you want to drop out a table, that is a query that you have to execute in order to get a table dropped, right?
Yes, yes. So basically the query is drop table, table name purge. Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Now
I get it.
I'm using ampersand here so that it will keep on asking the table name. But the
Okay.
actual query is this.
Mm-hmm.
Actual query is this, which I'm highlighting. Drop table tab one
Okay.
purge. So what happens is when you use this ampersand thing, it will ask you. If you not use this thing, you can mention this
Mm-hmm.
way, and it will drop only one table.
Okay.
But using this, it will ask you which table you would like to remove or
Okay.
drop.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, that's the query. Okay. So create table. This is the table we created. Let me insert some values. Insert into T1. Right. In this table, we are going to insert then values. That's the way. Then we know the first column has number data type. So we have to insert something in numbers. Second, we have varchar2. So we have to insert something in character, and that must be in single quote. Let's say ABC, single quote closed, bracket closed, semicolon, enter. So one row created. When we insert any query, it will not be permanent unless we specify commit. Enter. After commit, that value will be permanently inserted in table T1. So select star from T1. You will see there is one row, one ABC. Right. So insert one more value. Let's say 2, comma PQRS. Single quotation closed, bracket closed, semicolon, enter. Right. Select start from tab. Sorry, not tab. T1. You will see the value got inserted, but this value is not permanent because we haven't specified commit, right? So Oracle gives us the option if in case you inserted any value and you want to roll back, right? If you I'll put commit, I cannot roll back, but without mentioning commit, if I roll back the insertion, the insert query which we just did, that will be rolled back. So if you'll check again, you'll see the value got rolled back, right? So let's say I'll do this again. I inserted the value again. Select star from T1, you'll see the value got inserted again. Now I'll mention commit. Now it's permanently done. If I'll use rollback here, nothing will happen. The things has been done. You will see 2 rows because I have mentioned commit. So unless you don't mention commit, your rows are not permanently inserted, right? Now this is the way of inserting queries. Now if you don't want to write this query again and again, now you can use the smarter way. Insert into T1 values ampersand A, comma ampersand B, any variable you want. Now it will keep on asking the values. So value for A, 3. For B, XYZ. Enter. Inserted. Execute the query again with using forward slash. 4 with UVW. 1 row created. Execute again. 5. Then DEF. Something like that. Anything. Now put commit. Commit complete. Now check. Select star from T1. So you got this rows inserted in your table. Right? So that's the way of doing it. The same way I was using with drop. I can use single query to insert the values. I can use variables and it will keep on asking. So Oracle will take care of it. Oracle will create the query for me automatically and it will insert in the table. So 1 row created, 1 row created like this. So that's how we can have. Right guys, there are a few, I think 2-3 guys joined late bit. So I think if we can change our time, it's okay because but I believe you guys will be busy in something. But 7:15 is okay with everyone.
Yes. 10:15, it don't help me. I think 7:30 is okay.
Sorry, 7:15 is okay.
7:30.
Okay. Ooh, okay. But try to join at least 10:15. So I can give more time. That's the only thing.
Okay.
Okay, guys. So I'll wrap up for today. So if you guys missed anything, I'll send the video. And if you guys don't understand, please ping me. Right. Let me take this output also. So I think in next 2 classes, we will be done with SQL. So please make some room for your SQL classes and practice because after that we will start our Linux. So you guys will not get much time for this to complete. So make sure at least you go through all the videos if in case you don't get time to practice. Because after that we'll run and you guys will not get much time. So at least practice, have the understanding. And if you guys have time, you can also join other classes where we have Linux running. So it's up to you guys. I can give you the opportunity to join any class if you are ready to join.
Yeah, but is there any new class coming up?
I'm trying to launch a new class for Saturday, Sunday. As of now, there is no class for Saturday, Sunday.
Or Saturday and Sunday, right?
Yeah, as of now, there is no student. We'll see. If he'll come, I'll let you know, guys. So anyone who missed initial classes, they can come and join.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay. Okay, guys. So I'll catch up next week. Till then, take care.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Okay, bye.
Bye.